Mr. David Popielski, principal of Ansbach Middle High School, and Dr. Quinton Davis, our assistant principal. Colonel Patrick Shuck, commander of the 12th Combat Aviation Brigade, and Mrs. Shuck. Command Chief Warrant Officer 5, Robert Slider, of the 12th Combat Aviation Brigade, and Mrs. Slider. Mr. Francis Phillips, commander of the Ansbach American Legion Post. Mr. Dwight Johnson, commander of the Ansbach Veterans of Foreign Wars Post. Mr. Norbert Isaac, commander of the Illesheim Veterans of Foreign Wars Post. And Mr. Eddie Guevara, president of the Ansbach chapter of the Association of the United States Army. A special JROTC welcome to the many parents, as well as all of our student guests gathered here tonight. We'd also like to recognize our instructors, Major Roberts and Master Sergeant Buchanan. Woohoo! When I took command of the 9th JROTC Battalion, I told you that we would do things that would make our school proud. Things that would make us proud to be a part of this wonderful organization. And thanks to your hard work and dedication, I believe that we have made that vision a reality. I want you to take a minute to reflect on what you've accomplished this year, because every single one of you has been a part of something amazing. Maybe you graduated from JCLC. Maybe you laid a wreath in France this past November. You kept the colors moving for 12 hours straight during a school day. You might have been a part of the JLab team, marched in a parade, or maybe you're out there practicing with the drill team every day during your lunch break. Maybe you're on the Army JROTC National Champion Marksmanship team. I know that all of you have come to class every day and given it your all. Through promotion boards, inspections, PT, you've challenged yourself and you've succeeded. And sure, it hasn't always been easy. Having to deal with my ridiculous questions about fighting your spirit animal, being trapped on a bus with what must have been some of the stinkiest boys on the continent, or walking because you think the cadre have their back turned at JCLC, only to hear them shout about how you should be running. And sometimes we struggle, and we even fail, and nobody's immune to that, not even cadets of your caliber. Maybe you didn't quite meet your goals for PT. Maybe you didn't know some of the answers to your promotion board questions. We've all failed at something. And I doubt there's a single cadet in this room tonight that Sergeant Buchanan hasn't called the infamous soup sandwich. But you are members of the 9th JROTC Battalion. You don't give up just because you failed. We don't do that here. We keep driving and pushing and trying again and again until we win. And if you don't believe me, look at our marksmanship team. By working through challenges now, we are preparing ourselves to become successful adults. We know how to persevere when things get tough, and that would be invaluable throughout our lives, wherever you go. By being in this program, you are likely going to be far more prepared for life's challenges than your peers. But understand that there's a responsibility that comes with that. Last summer, I attended the Naval Academy Summer Seminar, where applicants get the experience of staying at the Academy for a week to get a glimpse into the life of a midshipman. The last day featured a much-dreaded inspection. Our midshipman leaders had given us a packet of information at the beginning of the week, and they told us that we were responsible for memorizing it front to back. That had a lot of people panicking. To me, though, it was nothing because I've been working with our LET packets and promotion boards for years. I knew what to expect because of my experience in JROTC. They then spent all week trying to get us scared for the inspection by telling us about how intense and how awful it was going to be. So the inspection finally comes up, and our squad leader gets right into shouting at us and making us do push-ups. And she starts asking us questions. And about half of our squad responds at first. They don't know the answer. And she was furious. She starts throwing things down the hall, jumping up and down, screaming the whole time. And as she keeps asking us questions, it gets to the point where I'm the only person answering them. And she was not impressed. She gets right up close to my face and shouts, "If you know it, why don't they?" And that's when I realized something. The intent of JROTC is to make people into better citizens. And of course that means personal excellence. But more than that, it means helping others and working as a team. It doesn't matter if you're completely squared away, if you're in the 85th percentile of the cadet challenge, if you can recite the whole LET packet front to back. None of that matters unless you're helping other people better themselves too. Good leaders and good citizens help others. And that's what we need to do at every single opportunity, in the battalion, in our community, and in the world. Show someone that you care about them. Help someone study for a promotion board. Go back and run with your classmate who's struggling to finish the cadet challenge. Teach your friend how to shave because he never learned. And then run and get him a Band-Aid when he cuts a chunk out of his face because, let's face it, you're not really the expert either. With all the incredible things that you've accomplished this year, you have all proven yourselves to be outstanding people, capable of anything that you set your minds to. And now, we need to use that. You might be the best at everything you do. I mean, of course you are. You're from Ansbach. But ask yourself, am I lifting others up? Because that is how we become good leaders. And that is how we make the world a better place. Go Cougars.